Welcome to Chosen Pathways. Stop everything you are doing. This is not a coincidence. You were divinely guided to this exact transmission at this exact moment because the very fabric of your reality is about to undergo a profound and irreversible alteration. Before this day ends, everything you see, everything you believe, and everything you thought you knew will change. A spiritual veil is being torn from your eyes, not slowly, but with divine urgency. You are being summoned to become a student of the unseen, a scholar of the sacred, and an interpreter of the divine language that is now being spoken all around you. This is your final warning and your ultimate invitation. What is about to be revealed will require you to abandon your old perceptions and embrace a level of awareness you never thought possible. If your spirit feels the undeniable pull of this moment, if you are ready to witness the world as it truly is, then prepare yourself. The lesson is about to begin, and your soul is the classroom. The universe, in its infinite and meticulous wisdom, has orchestrated this divine appointment. Let that truth anchor you right now. This is not a random video in your feed. It is a sacred summons. You are being prepared for a caliber of transformation so profound it will stretch the limits of your mind, awaken dormant spiritual gifts you never knew you possessed, and elevate your ability to perceive far beyond the clumsy constraints of physical appearances. A monumental shift has already taken place in the atmosphere surrounding you. Your spiritual eyes are fluttering open after a long slumber. Your spirit is becoming as sharp as a double-edged sword, and your discernment is being activated at a frequency that will make the truth undeniable and deception intolerable. You are stepping into a consecrated space where what once seemed mundane and ordinary will now pulse with profound spiritual messages. What once looked like a simple, meaningless occurrence will now echo with the unmistakable sound of divine purpose. The veil is lifting, and the reality that is about to reveal itself to you is one that was always present, but mercifully hidden until you were ready. Today, you are ready. Before this day draws to a close, everything you thought was solid may begin to feel fluid. The very foundations of your understanding may no longer apply. Your perception is no longer a simple matter of what you see with your physical eyes. It is being upgraded to a multidimensional sensory system. It is about what you sense in the ether, what you feel in the deepest chambers of your spirit, and what your intuition, that quiet, faithful whisper, has been trying to tell you for so long. That whisper, chosen one, will amplify into a clear, commanding voice today. You are not here merely to witness this cosmic change from a safe distance. You are here to become an active and engaged student of it. The transformation that is unfolding is not chaos, though it may feel like it at first. It is a divine correction. It is a holy realignment. It is a powerful, spiritual rearrangement of your entire life, designed to place you directly in front of what you have been destined to receive, destined to become, and destined to do. You will begin to notice that the elements of your life are moving, but not in a state of panic. They are moving with a breathtaking, divine precision. Relationships, environments, your own inner thoughts and emotions, even physical signs and symptoms in your body, will all begin to behave differently. And if you can manage to pause for just a moment, take a deep breath, and truly observe, you will see the unmistakable fingerprints of divine intelligence everywhere. The profound discomfort you have been feeling lately was not a warning sign that something was wrong. It was a spiritual birth pang. You have been in labor, giving birth to a new and extraordinary way of seeing, and today, the light of this new perception breaks through in a way that can never again be undone. You may start to notice that certain conversations now sound completely different to your ears. The same words you've heard 1,000 times will suddenly carry heavier, more potent meanings. You will look at some people you have known for years, and they will suddenly feel like complete strangers, their energy completely foreign to you. Conversely, you will meet someone new and feel an inexplicable sense of having known them for 1,000 years, a deep and ancient soul recognition. These are not figments of your imagination. These are incontrovertible signs that your soul is now picking up on the subtle and not-so-subtle frequencies around you in ways your logical mind can barely begin to comprehend. This is happening because you are being trained for something far greater than mere existence. You are being trained to lead, to guide, to heal, to teach, to build, and to show others the way. And before you can effectively do any of that, your own eyes must first be pried open. Your own world must first be radically restructured. Your own understanding of what is possible must expand far beyond the comfortable confines of your past codependency on old beliefs. This is not the kind of dramatic change that makes headlines or gets broadcast on the evening news. It is the kind that is quiet, internal, and deeply sacred. It is the kind of seismic transformation that completely rewires your neural pathways and sharpens your spiritual focus so profoundly that you can no longer look at the world or yourself in the same way ever again. You are being given the eyes of the eagle, that rare and powerful gift that allows you to see the grand, sweeping big picture from a celestial altitude, while simultaneously being able to spot the smallest, most significant movements on the ground below. This is a profound gift, but it comes with immense responsibility. It will require you to release your white-knuckled grip on what you thought you needed in order to receive what your destiny truly requires. And yes, that means courageously letting go of certain comfortable narratives you have been telling yourself for years. Narratives about who you are, what you deserve, and what is truly possible for your life. Everything you see today will change. And when it does, the critical question is not whether you are ready for it. The real, soul-defining question is this: are you ready to learn from it? Because each shift, each surprising detour, each unexpected turn, and each closed door is loaded with a priceless lesson, a divine message hidden in plain sight, waiting for the student in you to recognize it. Some of these lessons will arrive through sudden, painful endings. Others will come through joyful and unexpected invitations. Some will make you pause and weep with a grief you didn't know you carried. Others will make you leap with a joy so pure it feels like flying. But every single one, without exception, will be pushing you, molding you, and guiding you closer to the magnificent being you were always created to be. You may be powerfully tempted to resist some of what you will see today. That is a natural human response. It is terrifying to watch familiar structures in your life crumble. It is deeply confusing when people you trusted and loved seem to pull away without explanation. But here is the liberating truth you must grasp. When your eyes are being spiritually opened, what once provided you comfort may now begin to feel deeply unfamiliar and even threatening. This is not a sign of regression. It is the ultimate sign of growth. You are no longer the same person who woke up yesterday. And the entire universe is now responding to the profound, energetic upgrade that has taken place within you. People sense it, even if they can't name it. Environments feel it. The very energy that surrounds you shifts and recalibrates because the divine essence within you is evolving at an accelerated rate. You are not just starting a new chapter. You are stepping into an entirely different and more glorious book. You are not crazy for noticing the patterns. You are not imagining the signs. There is a divine reason why the same number sequence keeps appearing on clocks, license plates, and receipts. There is a sacred reason you keep waking up at that same holy hour of the night, your spirit stirred and alert. There is a profound reason that the same phrase keeps replaying in your mind like a holy mantra, and the same inexplicable feeling keeps tugging at your spirit, urging you to pay attention. The reason is this: you are being taught something of monumental importance. And when the divine teaches, it rarely uses a chalkboard and a lecture. It uses symbols. It uses feelings. It uses synchronicities. It uses silence. You must now become a diligent student of the unseen, a patient listener of the unsaid, and a humble learner of the subtle. This day will be forever marked in your spiritual history as the precise moment your lenses changed. It is the day you stopped seeing your life as a random, chaotic series of disconnected events and began to finally understand it as a living, breathing language. Life is speaking directly to you, chosen one. The divine is communicating with you through the events of this very day. What looks like a frustrating delay might actually be divine protection, saving you from a path that was not for your highest good. What feels like a painful rejection might be a sacred redirection, moving you away from a connection that would have diminished your light. What appears to be a devastating loss might be the necessary clearing of ground for the first chapter of your greatest gain. That is the lesson. That is the shift. That is the change that is patiently waiting to enter your awareness today. And yes, it might feel intense, when your soul is being stretched to accommodate a new and higher understanding. There is a kind of holy ache that settles into your bones. But do not run from it. Do not try to numb it or distract yourself from it. Sit with it. Let it speak to you. Let it teach you. Let it show you precisely why you had to experience everything you did up until this point. Let it explain the hidden beauty behind the agonizing pain, the divine purpose behind the maddening confusion, and the loving guidance behind the deafening silence. You were never forgotten. You were being meticulously prepared. And this moment, this very day, is your new spiritual classroom. Be courageous, chosen one. You are no longer asleep. You are awakening to a truth that is more real than the ground beneath your feet. You are awakening to the divine structure that underpins all of creation. You are awakening to your critical and irreplaceable role in this grand cosmic unfolding. And you must know that not everyone will understand what you now see. Not everyone will be able to feel what you now feel. But that is because you were specifically called and anointed to perceive what others overlook. You were given a reserved seat at the divine table of knowledge, not because you were lucky, but because you were destined to lead, guide, and illuminate the path for those who are still learning how to see. Everything is changing. The shift is already in motion. Your only job is to stay awake, observe with your new eyes, absorb the wisdom, and most of all, learn. The transformation happening around you is only the surface reflection of the cataclysmic transformation that is happening within you. The world is a mirror. What you are witnessing today is a direct reflection of how much you have grown, how much you have healed, and how deeply you have aligned with your true self. That powerful alignment is now causing the world around you to bend, shift, and rearrange itself in response to your becoming. You are no longer chasing anything. You are now drawing everything you need directly to you through the magnetic power of your vibration, through the pristine clarity of your vision, and through the unwavering focus of your intention. What you see today will not be the same tomorrow. Even as the world appears outwardly familiar, your interpretation of it will never be the same again. Because now, you are awake. And when a soul truly awakens, there is no going back to sleep. You cannot unsee the truth. You cannot unfeel the shift. You cannot unknow the lesson. And that, chosen one, is the greatest gift of all. You are being given a wisdom that cannot be taught in books, an insight that cannot be purchased with money, and a vision that cannot be faked or imitated. This is earned clarity. This is spirit-ordained vision. Today is not just another day on the calendar. It is your formal invitation to observe all of life through divine lenses. You are seeing what others miss. You are understanding what others question. And that is because your spirit is operating ahead of the current timeline. You are walking in prophetic awareness. And from this day forward, your entire life will begin to reflect that profound truth. Welcome to a new level of vision. Welcome to your divine education. Welcome to the unshakable truth that everything you see today will change, and you are more than ready to learn from it. If you are feeling the power of this message and are ready to fully embrace your journey as a student of the divine, take a moment right now to affirm your commitment. Like this video, subscribe to Chosen Pathways if you haven't already, and turn on all notifications. By doing so, you are not just connecting with the channel. You are joining a global community of awakened souls who are navigating this sacred path alongside you. And to energize the universe and declare your readiness, write your warmest wishes for yourself and for all who are on this path, followed by the number 777 in the comments below. Let your words be a beacon of light and co-creation. Now, let us continue our lesson. When the divine decides it is time to open your eyes, it does not ask for your permission. It responds directly to your soul's preparation. Whether you were consciously aware of it or not, every single thing you have endured, every crushing heartbreak, every bewildering moment of confusion, every silent prayer whispered into your pillow, and every tear-streaked night when you felt utterly alone, has brought you to this precise level of awakening. You did not stumble into this profound insight by accident. You were meticulously guided. You were sovereignly protected until this very moment, because you first had to be spiritually equipped to carry the weight and responsibility of this level of truth. And now that the veil is lifting, what once looked like an agonizing delay now reveals itself as perfect divine orchestration. What once felt like unbearable pain now reveals itself as the sacred hand of transformation, moving gently but firmly through every single area of your life. Look again, chosen one. I implore you, look at your life again. But this time, do not look through the old, scratched lenses of lack, loss, or regret. Look through the new, crystal-clear lenses of lessons and divine logic. There are things that had to happen in exactly the way they did, not to break you, but to break you open. Not to diminish you, but to completely reshape your capacity to see the brilliant truth that was hiding behind every shadow. Today, things may seem unfamiliar not because the world itself has changed, but because your sight has evolved. And now, as a result, everything in your reality must be reinterpreted. Your new level of awareness demands a new level of understanding. Your spiritual elevation demands constant revelation. And it is happening right now, in this very hour. The ordinary is morphing into the extraordinary right before your new eyes, all because your inner world has expanded. What you once walked past without a second thought is now glowing with celestial significance. That is no accident. That is alignment. You are aligning with your divine assignment. You are aligning with your innate ability to interpret life as a sacred language rather than a cold, linear experience. The spiritual messages embedded in your daily life are becoming more vivid, more frequent, and more undeniably clear. You are being saturated with divine signs because the moment of your readiness has finally arrived. You are not wandering aimlessly anymore. You are witnessing, and true witnessing requires stillness. You cannot learn deeply if you are frantically rushing through your day, distracted by the noise of the world. That is precisely why you have been slowed down. That is why your path was seemingly paused. That is why certain things you desperately wanted did not go according to your plan. It was because the divine needed to still your frantic movement so that it could amplify your spiritual perception. Stillness is not stagnation. It is a posture of sacred attention. And when you give the divine your undivided attention, you begin to receive knowledge that no one else can see. You begin to hear what others cannot hear. You begin to sense what others dismiss as mere coincidence. And in that sacred, still space, you are utterly and permanently transformed. But here is a difficult truth you must embrace, chosen one. Not everyone can walk with you on this new path. Not everyone will celebrate what you are being shown. In fact, some will be deeply unsettled by it. Some will think you have become distant or aloof. Others may even accuse you of changing for the worse. And they are absolutely right. You are changing. You are being called out of superficial, soul-draining conversations and into profound, soul-led encounters. You are being deliberately pulled away from meaningless distraction and pushed with loving force into divine alignment. You are no longer available for surface-level living because everything you see today is calling you higher. Everything is whispering, come deeper, learn more, go inward, become. Do not resist this divine pull. Do not second-guess what your newly activated spirit is discerning. You are not crazy for sensing the dramatic shift in a person's energy. You are not being dramatic for needing more solitude to process these downloads. You are not being selfish for choosing sacred silence when the world around you is screaming with noise. You are simply obeying the divine call to be fully present with what is happening beneath the surface of reality. And this presence, this sacred attention, will lead you into the most profound revelations of your life. The kind of revelation that awakens your dormant creative power, the the kind of insight that reveals exactly why things had to happen in the precise order they did. This is not about seeing the future. This is about understanding the potent message in the present moment. The present moment is your classroom now. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, but today. And today is speaking volumes. Every delayed text message, every suddenly closed door, every unexpectedly changed plan has a specific teaching embedded within it for you. You are no longer the same version of yourself who once cried out in despair, "Why me?" Now, with your new eyes, you stand in quiet wisdom and ask, "What am I supposed to learn from this?" That question is the hallmark of the spiritual maturity you have stepped into. That is the evidence of the growth your soul has earned through fire. And it is that very growth that makes today so pivotal. Because now you can look at the exact same events with entirely different eyes. Now you see divine meaning where others only see misfortune. Watch closely today. The numbers you see, the people you encounter, the songs you hear, the emotions that rise within you. These are all integral parts of your personalized spiritual curriculum. Your soul is being refined, recalibrated, and redirected through what look like random, disconnected moments. But you know the truth now. Nothing is random. Even interruptions are divine instruction. Even delays are a form of direction. And the more you can sit with what is happening around you without judgment, the more you will feel the divine hand nudging you gently, but firmly toward immutable truth. This journey is not just about accumulating knowledge. It is about embodiment. You are not just being informed. You are being utterly transformed. And with this level of transformation comes great responsibility. Once your sight changes, your choices must change to align with it. You cannot go back to pretending you don't know what you now understand so clearly. You can no longer force yourself to re-enter environments that your spirit has outgrown. You cannot continue to give your precious energy to relationships that no longer nourish your soul. You are being elevated to a place where you must make decisions with unwavering clarity. That clarity often comes at a cost. The cost of misunderstood intentions, the cost of temporary loneliness, the cost of outgrowing your past. But it is a price worth paying, because with every single right decision you make, you are unlocking more of the destiny that was always meant for you. You are no longer wandering in the dark. You are walking with a divine wisdom that will protect you in ways that human logic never could. This is why today is so critically important. Not because something loud and dramatic will necessarily happen outside of you, but because something quiet and irreversible is happening within you. Your internal filters are shifting. Your spiritual focus is sharpening. Your inner compass is aligning with true north. And this kind of profound awakening creates powerful ripples that will positively impact your finances, your health, your peace, your purpose, and your relationships. Everything is touched when you finally start seeing clearly. And today, the precious gift of clear vision is being handed to you. But you must take your role as the student seriously. Students listen more than they speak. Students observe with humility. Students humble themselves in the presence of wisdom, knowing they do not have all the answers. You do not need to control everything. You do not need to force what is not yet ready to bloom. You simply need to pay attention, because what is truly for you is already magnetized to your new frequency. You do not need to beg for what is already yours by divine right. You only need to become aligned with the version of you who is strong enough and wise enough to handle it. And that is exactly what today is preparing you for. Every conversation you have today is a divine setup. Every email you receive, every message that pops up, every random encounter on the street has a layer of meaning hidden just beneath the surface. The shift is in how you choose to receive it. You are not looking through the distorted eyes of fear anymore. You are looking through the clear, illuminating eyes of awareness. And awareness is the ultimate gift. It helps you to see the opportunity hidden inside the opposition, the clarity waiting within the confusion, and the brilliant light of the lesson buried inside the pain. And once you start interpreting the world this way, all of life becomes sacred. Every moment becomes holy. Every breath becomes purposeful. Your time is no longer a commodity to be wasted. Your thoughts are no longer to be scattered to the wind. Your energy is no longer to be poured into anything or anyone that does not reflect the immense value you have finally discovered within yourself. You are rising in understanding. You are maturing in vision. And that spiritual maturity will shape the entire landscape of your next season. The people you attract will shift. The blessings you experience will expand. And the things you once had to chase and strive for will begin to find their way to you with effortless grace. Because when your inner sight upgrades, your outer reality has no choice but to follow suit. Do not underestimate what is happening today. Do not rush through it. Do not overlook it simply because it feels subtle. Some of the most life-altering lessons come not in thunderous shouts, but in gentle whispers. Not in violent storms, but in soft breezes. Not in deafening noise, but in profound stillness. Honor today by listening. Honor it by reflecting. Honor it by pausing and asking your soul, what is life trying to teach me right now? And then, wait and watch. The answer will come. Not always in words, but always in a way that you will feel in the very core of your being. You are chosen, and that means your journey was never meant to look like everyone else's. You are called to experience life on a much deeper level, to feel the subtle movements of spirit in moments that most people overlook. Today is your initiation, a quiet elevation, a divine invitation to see more, feel more, understand more, and become more. What is changing today is not just your surroundings. It is your divine ability to decode them. You are not just watching things unfold. You are interpreting the signals. You are becoming a translator of energy, a reader of patterns, a discerner of divine rhythm. And that, chosen one, is a rare and powerful gift. Because most people are too distracted, too busy, too numb to notice the beautiful, intricate alignment taking place in their own lives. But you are being pulled into stillness so that wisdom can finally reach you. There is a sacred silence descending around you, and that silence is not empty. It is full. It is pregnant with answers, bursting with clarity, and overflowing with awareness. The noise that used to cloud your judgment is being divinely removed, and you are now able to recognize the clear instruction hidden inside the stillness. Not everything needs to be loud to be important. Some of the most powerful teachings come wrapped in the quiet nudges you feel when you are all alone. Those gut feelings, those repeated signs, those spontaneous insights that seem to drop into your mind from nowhere, they are all irrefutable evidence that the universe is opening up its secret curriculum just for you. Today, you are learning how to see beneath the surface of reality. You are understanding that appearances are often masks, and the truth is rarely obvious to the untrained eye. But you are not untrained anymore. You have been through enough fire to have earned this clarity.